Hi guys, and welcome to a book haul. This is not going to be a part of my end of the month January book haul. Today is, what is today? January 18th. I just got back from Durango, Colorado. Unfortunately, my grandmother has passed away. She passed away on the 9th at just after 9 p.m. of this month of January. So my mom and I went to Durango, and I've already cried a lot, and I've got a headache, and I feel like I'm dehydrated and I can't cry. But we went to Durango. My mom and my two aunts needed to go through her house and say, you know, whatever you made her, you know, take home type of a thing. If there's anything that has special meaning, then that's yours as well. So we did that, had her funeral on Monday. My grandma was born in Oklahoma in 1937. She passed away at the age of 85. So it's a little rough right now. And I brought home some stuff. There are some books of hers that I brought home, so I'm going to show you what those books are, and I'll try to read the synopsis. I also did some grief therapeutic shopping, and that's the bag I'm holding up in the thumbnail, and so I'll show you those books that I bought. And one book I bought from Amazon because I didn't realize that the book I bought at the bookstore in Durango was the second in a series. So let's go ahead and show you. This is a book, but it's not a reading book. There's no pictures colored in here. No, there is. I'll hang that up. So this is a coloring book. It says Color God's Creation, so it's more kind of like a spiritual thing. This has like scriptures in there like Psalms 104:25. Looks like a lot. 2 Samuel 23:4, Isaiah 35:2. So there's just scriptures and then pictures to color. So this is the adult coloring book because of how intricate it is. And this is the only picture in there that was colored. So my grandma colored that. So I'll hang on to this for a bit. It says, "He brought us to this place and gave us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey." Deuteronomy 26:9. So I'm gonna stick this in the coloring book for now. So the first book that I will show you is by Thomas Kinkade and Katherine Spencer. Now Thomas Kinkade has been a well-known artist. He does beautiful artwork. My grandma absolutely used to love his work. As soon as she found out he was like a philanthropist or slept around with a lot of women, she stopped liking his stuff quite so much. So, but this is called Home Song. It says, you know, I don't think I'm going to read the synopsis on these, otherwise this video is going to be quite long. So, but I will list the title and the name of the author or authors. Again, this one's by Thomas Kinkade and Katherine Spencer. I'll list that in the description box. So if you do want to learn more, you can search however you want to. Goodreads, Google it, however you want to search it. It says this is a Kate Light novel. Just because of that, I'm assuming it's part of a series, but I don't know. So anyway, this next one, I actually already own a different version of this book, and that is Wait Till Helen Comes by Mary Downing Hahn. I've read this a couple of times. I have this one. I debated whether or not to bring this one, but my mom said do it because it was grandma's and you love the book anyway. So this will just go in a special place where it was my grandma's copy. So I don't know if she read it, but there we go. So I have another copy. The next one is Moon Over Manifest by Clare Vanderpool. This one has an award. It says for the most distinguished contribution to American literature for children. So because of that, I'm assuming this is a middle grade. So there we go. And then I have Mary Jane Clark. It's a book written by Mary Jane Clark, and it says When Day Breaks. So, and I haven't read anything by this author. It does say Murder in the Morning on the back, so this is going to be murder thriller, murder mystery, something like that, but it will contain a murder. And none of the books that my grandma owned, she didn't like to read real dark stuff, so nothing's going to get too dark. This next book is A Night Divided by Jennifer A. Nielsen. So this one looks like it's, I think these are Nazi soldiers here, Nazi people here. So, and with that being a barbed wire and you have people on both sides, this obviously looks like it's going to have something to do with World War II. Whose perspective, I don't know. Okay, sorry I'm going through this quick. I need to be able to put these away in a special place, and so I don't have a bunch of stuff just laying around my room. Okay, the next book is called Nest, and this is by Esther Ehrlich. I'm guessing is how you say that, and this looks to be more like a middle grade as well. My grandma did enjoy reading middle grades, and some of these books my mom bought for my grandma. So, yeah, anyway. And then I have read from this author before, and the book is My Own Lightning by Lauren Wolk. I have read a book by Lauren Wolk before. Beyond the Bright Sea is what I read. I did like the writing. This is going to be a middle grade, and so I do like the cover. It's kind of cute. Okay, and then I have Quentinn by Maeve Binchy. Haven't read anything by Maeve Binchy, but my grandma liked this author, so I have that. This one, I don't think, this one my mom bought for her, and I don't think, it doesn't, I mean, this looks brand new, so I don't, unfortunately, because this would have been like a Christmas or Thanksgiving gift, and unfortunately my grandma did not get a chance to read that. And that is Christmas at the Cupcake Cafe by Jenny Colgan. So, and whenever it is that I get to read these, because I will read them, I'll think of my grandma. So this one I have not read from before, but I do have at least one, if not just a few more by this author, and that's Christmas Sweets. Now this one is a collection of short stories, and there's 3 short stories in this one. So the short stories are The 12 Desserts of Christmas by Joanne Flue. That's the one I have at least one other book by, if not more. The second story in this is Nightmare on Elf Street by Laura Levine. And then the third story in this is The Christmas Thief by Leslie Meyer. So, just a collection of Christmas short stories. Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to save this one for last, because I'll explain it. My grandma loved, and I don't think she got to this one either, that just kind of breaks my heart. This book is A Simple Amish Christmas by Vannetta Chapman. I mean, the spine is not broken, there's no markings or anything, so I don't think she got to this one either. But my grandma loved books that had some correlation to Amish life. Amish characters, countryside, something. She loved stuff with Amish. So that's a special book. This other one, I do admit, this one she might, The Distant Hours by Kate Morton. So, I don't know if she finished it. Spine's not broken, but I don't know if she would break spines. So, I don't know. I'm hoping with these 2 things in there that she had the chance to read this. So, Okay, this last one, this was sitting when I got to my grandma's house on the end table by her chair, and she had a bookmark in it, so she was in the process of reading it. The bookmark has fallen out, so I don't know how far she got. Maybe, I think it was like a third of the way through. She wasn't halfway. But this is by an author that I like, so my mom had me take this. And the book is All the Lovely Bad Ones by Mary Downing Hahn. And she writes paranormal middle grade books, so I'm sure I'll enjoy reading this. I wish I knew where that bookmark was so that I could stick it back in here, but sometimes you just don't think clearly, you know? So, there's that. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the books that I got that I did therapy shopping. I went to Maria's bookshop. Maria's bookshop does have a website that as far as I'm aware, so I will list that in the description box in case you want to look and see kind of what they have. The book I bought at Maria's bookshop is It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Hahn. Now, Jenny Hahn wrote To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I have the first book in that series. I have not read it, but I absolutely fell in love with this cover. And then I found out this is actually the second book in a series. This is the first one. Still love the cover. There is a third, but I did not buy the third one. I did find the third one on Amazon, but I thought, let me at least read the first one and to make sure I like it before I buy the third one. So, but the first one is The Summer I Turned Pretty by, again, Jenny Hahn. So, I really like these covers. Okay, this next one is from an author that I absolutely love, and that is, this book is the first in the Bloodsworn series, The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. So I read the Faithful and the Fallen series. I have on my February TBR the start of another series by this author, and I absolutely love John Gwynne's writing. So I'm very happy with that. And I'll write in the covers that I got these via therapy shopping or grief shopping. You know, you just want to do something good. You don't want it to all be, I just cried so much. Anyway, I just wanted something enjoyable because a funeral is not enjoyable, so I shopped. Anyway, this next book is The Secret Witness by Victor Methos. The reason why I got this one is, one, I really do like this cover, but when I looked at the back, and I'm going to read this just this little bit, it says, "This is Reaper speaking. So begins an anonymous letter published in a Utah newspaper after a young couple is viciously murdered." I stopped reading there. I thought it takes place in Utah. I'm getting it. This does say, Tooele County Sheriff Elizabeth Gray leads the investigation into the double homicide, which is eerily reminiscent of a string of brutal killings years ago. Now, I will say this. So, Tooele, for those of you who may have seen it, a lot of people mispronounce it as Tooele. It's Tooele. It's Tooele. So, not Tooele, it's Tooele. Just letting you know. I hear it pronounced Tooele a lot from people who have not been in Utah before or have family or anyway. But, so The Secret Witness, and this takes place in Utah. So, I definitely could not pass that one up. This next cover just kind of made me smile. I have heard maybe one or two other booktubers mention this, but not many people. And that is Kisses and Croissants. This was written by Anne Sophie. I don't know how to say the last name, but it'll be listed in the description box. So Kisses and Croissants. Just a bright, pleasant cover. My grandma also liked historical fiction, so this kind of made me think of her a little bit. I purchased The Paris Library by Janet Skilsine Charles. So, got this one. And this one's a dual timeline. This takes place in, part of it takes place in Paris of 1939, and then the other part takes place in Montana in 1983, which is the year I was born. So that was also another definite want to get. Now this author I have read 2 books from, and this is Leanne Moriarty's Apples Never Fall. I've had my eye on this book for a long time, so I thought I'm going to go ahead and get it. And I have enjoyed the 2 books that I got from her. Okay, I only have 3 more books to show you, so this video will be kind of on the shorter side. Again, I'm going to list the titles. I'll put the author's name all in the description box so you can look it up. I have one other thing I need to film so that I can put things away. And then I have to go to work tomorrow, so I just need to kind of try to declutter my mind in a bit. Okay, this next one that I got is No Way Home, and this looks like it's going to be, I think I got this from the YA. Yes, this is a YA. I got this from the YA section. This was written by Jodie Feldman, so this is going to be paranormal because it does say if she survives on the back. Or not paranormal, but thriller. So we'll see what kind that is going to be. This one I really liked the cover. Very simple and simplistic. The Ghost Tree. This was written by Christina Henry. I have heard that author before. I don't think I've read anything by this author yet, but I have heard that author's name. And this next one is the same thing. I've heard the author's name. I can't tell you if I've read from this author before, but everything, now this title is, and the cover, but mostly the title is what dragged me in before I noticed the cover, because everything that has to do with this particular subject fascinates me, and I want to read more about that, and that's Gallows Hill. So everything from the whole witchcraft stuff where women were murdered because they thought they were witches, that just fascinates me. So Gallows Hill, and this one was written by Darcy Coates. And that cover is absolutely creepy with that abandoned looking house in the background, and it's just a very dark cover. So that's half of what I bought. Well, that is what I bought. Books, about half of those I bought through grief shopping. The other half were my grandma's that my mom said she would want me to have because I am an avid reader. So, and my grandma and I would talk about books on occasion. So, but my palette of reading has been much bigger than hers as far as genres and age ranges and stuff. So I read a much larger variety than she does or did. Anyway, so that's it for this book haul. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will talk to you in another video. Until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I'll talk to you later.